Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your Ricky Martin's favorite cabana boy, Joe Rodriguez. On this season of Talk Show, you're going to hear different guests. Evie's still here. He's our typical goon, but, we're going to have other people. I have other friends, believe it or not. I just got back from San Francisco. I did a little drive. That was nice. I didn't set a single flip-flop in San Francisco. I went straight to Denny's. I said, fuck the Giants. I want the Grand Slam that's $14.99. And that's a joke. So, Okay, I went to Cupertino, which is the headquarters of Apple. That was cool. I was excited to open my weather app and see the Cupertino weather. Why is that there? It feels like a U2 album that we did not ask for. Cupertino. Guess what my weather app said when I opened the app? It said Santa Ana. In other news, I'll be getting an Android tomorrow. And I'll be staying inside because that's what Android users do. I had to take a shit in Cupertino. I was looking for the bathroom. It was a long drive, so kept asking for the bathroom. I had to take a Poopertino. Couldn't find the bathroom. Lots of employees were pointing in one direction. And these people kept coming out with these VR head goggles. And I was like, maybe the bathroom doesn't exist. Maybe it's just a virtual experience. You put head goggles on and Tim Cook goes, push. Push. And you're shitting in an iPhone bag or something. Anyways, they had a toilet. I dropped a deuce, the weight of 16 iPhones. So we got them. And I probably can't mention so that this shows up on Apple Podcasts. So if you hear it kind of weird, if you hear pull, you know what happened. I cut it out. Okay. I edit this shit. Did anyone else see the nursing home special on CNN? That was great. I didn't know they were into scripted programming now. The presidential debate. Listen, all I have to say is I hope Trump runs the country from a prison. I can finally pitch my show to Netflix called Orange is the New Orange. It's gonna be huge. This conversation is with Evie Barriga, my good friend. He's a comedian, a comedic actor. And in true talk show fashion, we yap it up and then we get sentimental at the end. And we mention a book called Fight Right. And it's written by a couple of people that I wrote in my notes app. John Schwartz and Julie Schwartz-Gottman. Listen in.
Wait, you have a Theragun?
Oh, yeah.
Can I borrow it? Come on. No. Let me borrow it. My shoulder. I really need it on my shoulders. Ugh.
Hey, let me tell you about this.
Wow. But this is like one of those Amazon crappy ones.
What do you mean? It's nice quality.
It's not Theragun.
No.
It's Aerolang.
So that's the job.
How do you even turn this on? Oh, no. This thing is going to heat up and... How do you even make this work? Oh, there we go. This is not working, Joe.
Well, you don't know how to use it.
How do I do it?
It's going. What are you talking about?
But it's so low. How do I get it higher? Oh, it's touchpad.
Yeah. See, it's
Okay, that's good.
it's good quality.
How much was it?
Oh, Jesus.
This is as high as it goes. Oh my god.
It feels good, right?
Yeah, I really needed this. Seriously.
Do you have knots in your...
Yeah, somebody massaged my thing yesterday.
All right, we said we weren't saying anything
Somebody
controversial.
massaged my shoulders and they went, oh my god.
Because you had knots?
And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, you have a lot of knots. And I go, you feel that? And I go, yeah, it hurts.
Is that because you're stressed out?
I think I am stressed out.
Well, what are you stressed out about?
But I feel like I'm constantly... I've never not
You're
been
always stressed out about something, even when you have nothing to do.
You know that stresses me out more is not having anything to do.
Oh, yeah, that can be bad, too. You know your jaw is shaking right now?
Oh, really? I see you bouncing up and down like this.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, be careful. You're shaking your brain.
Whatever. Maybe it needs a good shake.
I have put it on my head before.
Really?
Oh, you heard that?
When you
hit
hear
bone.
that, that's...
That's bone. You're
God.
not supposed to do that.
Wait, can I say the thing I was going to say about the internet? I want to destroy the internet.
You and me both. Okay.
I think we should go on a mission to destroy the internet.
Are you Amish?
The thing is, because you know what it is like now it's like a space. It's a digital space that people exist on.
Yeah.
And like, why did we need to create that if we already can exist in normal space?
Right.
Like,
so,
what a weird idea, no?
So would you consider yourself like a Luddite? Like someone who likes paper and pen?
Yes.
Okay.
I
And
would
so
even go
we-
further back.
What? Like you don't like mail?
I don't like paper or pen.
So we're talking like
I like
prehistoric era.
No.
Before the Bible was even recorded?
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure they didn't type that up on a MacBook Pro.
But see, this is the problem. This is an actual problem. Before the Bible,
Uh-huh.
before even when there was the Bible, there were still other people in the world. People think the center of the world is the Bible. That's not true. In the Americas, there
Who
were
are
other
the people that you were talking about?
I'm talking about in the Americas.
Catholics?
No,
Kansas? What are
Indigenous
you
people
talking
that
about?
lived in the Americas were here for thousands of years, or not thousands, but however many years.
Did you say Jewish?
No, stop.
What did you say? I literally heard
Indigenous.
Jews. Oh, indigenous.
I'm just saying, and I'm not even saying.
Indigenous.
I'm just saying.
Indigenous.
Can I really say what I mean? Conversation. I like conversation.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're in front of a microphone, so
And maybe this is
you're good to go.
a return to it,
A return to what?
To
Insanity?
to that form, or like that. Like this
Well,
is
how
really
would you
helps.
describe it? I don't even know how you would describe. Or where
Sitting
you're
around
trying
the
to get.
campfire. I like that.
Really? You want to sit around the campfire?
Yeah.
You're holding a $25 Chinese piece of plastic against your spine right now that's making you feel good.
Yeah, but it's temporary.
There's no camper that's going to be able to do that kind of a massage on you.
As soon as I turn this off, my life goes back to the misery that.
That it was?
No, that I've turned a new leaf with this season of talk show. I'm
All
no
right.
longer miserable.
You're what?
I'm
You're
gonna-
unable to enunciate words now?
I'm gonna try to not be miserable anymore.
You're gonna try not to be miserable
Yes.
anymore.
Really?
Well, that's good. Because you dealt with depression and
Yeah, we don't have to get into that.
okay, so we don't want to get that serious. So you do
You
not
know what
like
it is?
the
Morning depression. I have a mornings are really hard. You get it at night.
I get really depressed at night, yeah.
I get it in the morning. It takes me 2 hours to get out of bed.
2 hours.
Actually, that's not true. An hour for sure.
What are you doing for an hour?
You want me to tell you my morning routine?
Yeah.
I get up. I literally get up and then I grab my phone.
Go
and
grab it.
And I play positive affirmations on YouTube.
I brew a pot of coffee.
You are enough. You are healing. It's easy to heal. And
it's your own voice.
no, it's not my voice. I recorded it.
It's your voice memo from 2006.
I'm happier and healthier.
And your voice is higher because you were younger.
No, but seriously, it's a 20-minute video. I just lay there and listen to it. Let me finish.
What does it do
Let me
for
finish.
you?
I don't. It gets me. It gets me to start saying I can in the morning versus I can't.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of times I wake up and I go, not another day of this misery that is life on earth.
Okay.
But
I would say that's the depression.
Absolutely. That's classical textbook definition depression. But listening to the thing, I just kind of sit there and I let it tell me, no, it's okay. You're enough. You're happy, healthy, all this bullshit.
Okay.
And then what?
It's an hour-long recording.
No, it's a 20-minute recording.
Okay,
So I'm laying in bed. I listen to it. It ends. I go pee and poop.
okay.
You ask the morning routine. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. So you're not spending an hour in the actual bed. You're getting up and doing stuff.
I come back and then I read for 20 more minutes.
You read for another 20 minutes.
Yeah. And then I get up and I go for a walk.
Do you ever are you ever concerned that you're a hipster?
I'm not concerned. I'm fully am. I'm fully diagnosed.
This is like a hipster behavior.
Shut up.
Next, you're gonna say that you don't sleep in a bed anymore. You float in a pool of beer, and
that would honestly be kind of cool.
It stews into your pores. If I could soak in cold brew, I would. But
cold brew coffee. Okay, well, and what? You're a worker bee. You wake up in the morning.
I'm a worker bee?
Yes. You wake up in the morning.
You know how I feel about bees. And how classic to talk about bees again. Right when we're coming back into the podcast.
Into season 2.
Right into season 2. We had a lot of response to our bee talk.
Wait. Because you wake up and you need that caffeine fit. You're a drug addict.
Yeah, no doubt. It has made me think that maybe I would like crack. Because
I saw a zoomed in picture of caffeine, and it looked like jagged, like spikes.
Good.
That's not good.
It's doing, it's jabbing my brain, and it's going, fucking feel something.
It's not good. I'm anti-caffeine.
You're anti-caffeine, and why?
Because I don't drink it.
Oh, okay. So if you don't do it, you just don't like it.
And I think it's the number one consumed drug.
Well, you probably read that in a meme. I read that too. That coffee is the most consumed and unregulated drug.
Absolutely. And why did that one win?
Really?
And you know, why did that one win out over weed? Think about that.
Why did it win out over weed?
Because caffeine makes you wired and makes you work and it makes you productive. And so weed slows you down. It makes you more present. But that's not conducive to a working, productive environment.
I knew there was some broader philosophical. So now this is going to capitalism. Like
absolutely,
you don't.
Caffeine is the capitalist drug.
It's
and
a capitalist
everyone
drug.
is hooked on it.
So Folgers is like getting money from the government or something.
Absolutely, they're pushing caffeine on you. Why? So that you can get up in the morning and go to send out the email.
Get those fingers like.
And send out that email and Outlook and book the meeting and go on Slack and all that.
Oh yeah, you know I typed I typed my work laptop's password today.
Okay,
and what was it? Typed it so fast, and I thought to myself, "Oh wait, well, first of all, it's an essay."
Did you feel a sense of pride when you did that?
Oh yeah. Typing makes you feel good.
That's sad. I know. Really I know. I know. When you complete it with no mistakes, you go. Whoa.
Oh yeah, you go.
And you kind of like. And you hit the enter key like.
Yeah, you kind of go.
Like, yeah,
motherfucker. I got it right the first time.
Right.
But do you ever fuck up your password and then you just go erase? Like, okay, so
what do you mean?
Okay, so my password is like. Probably like it's a whole sentence. It's like
Joe.
I was born in 1992, and my arms are long, and I live at 4135.
A haiku,
and that is the whole. It's a haiku because my job doesn't let you just put Sunflower One or Raiders of the Lost Ark as your password.
They need you to have like a essay or whatever.
Very long essay.
But what if you did like 9 open bracket at ampersand 6 ampersand.
Oh, ampersand.
Like, what if it was like that random?
Well, you know what's fucked up?
Do you have a thing that takes that goes yes, strong enough or not strong enough?
Oh yeah, it goes like kind of strong, or it goes you're getting there. You ever get those bars that are like
no,
it'll say like very strong or
weak,
like weak coffee. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What were we gonna say though?
Oh, so if I ever mess up my password,
okay,
I erase the whole thing
and start over.
Yes. So I had to add a comma to my password because it was so long.
Just for grammar's sake, or what?
No, because I needed a new password. You know how like.
So you type the exact same password with a comma in it?
Oh yeah. Do you okay? Let's just here we go.
What?
Do you go if you have to reset your password? Let's say it's your corporate account or whatever.
My password. You guys want to know my password?
Sure.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna say it.
No, go.
No, I'm not gonna say my password.
I'll say my password is 1 period. And now
period or the number one period?
I'm gonna plead the fifth and not divulge that.
Okay. I guess that
Because wait a minute, what did you ask me? I don't know. I'm getting nervous.
because if it's one, like, is it what, period or number one period? We don't have to get into that. But I don't understand.
Wait, I probably shouldn't have said my password.
No, you gotta edit
Now
this
we're gonna
out.
change it on Monday. I don't feel like
And add a
editing
comma
this.
to it.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. You don't just add grammar at the end.
No, and I actually, you know what's bad is I've probably had the same password for like 7 years.
Really?
And I think
It's like Call of Duty 5. Wait, is it really?
And I entered my password into one of those things, and they were like hacked. Like, have you ever seen that where like it says account breached, and I just go, whatever.
Wait, what? Account breached?
You can enter either your email or like your password, or I think you enter your email. Into a thing, and it tells you where the password has been breached on.
So your computer was
Not your computer. Your email.
Your computer was hacked?
Your email. Do you have a personal email? Joe Rodriguez haha at 11 whatever.
I literally have 5 personally.
5?
I'm not lying.
Why?
I have Joe haha at Gmail.
For what purpose? For what purpose? Each of them.
Very good. Very good of you to ask that.
Let's hear that. Yeah.
But hold on. We're doing a thing where we're spiraling into 5 different conversations,
I know.
and I'm getting a little loopy.
Okay.
So can we please remember to come back to like the fact that you got hacked?
I didn't get. Well, I guess I didn't get hacked. Other places got hacked
With your password?
with my email and password.
Wait. Time out.
Okay, you
In
log
all
into
seriousness.
Facebook. Yeah, seriously. You log into Facebook, right?
I log into Facebook.
That their passwords get breached. Somebody hacks into their database.
I feel like you're just not
What?
there.
Yes.
There being whose?
Facebook.
Facebook's?
Or any other like HBO. Let's say on HBO, you put your password in your thing, right?
My account.
Somebody hacks the database. They get your email and password, and then they use that to go to other sites.
So you've been hacked.
Yes, I bet you've been hacked. You can look that up right now.
So you can look up if someone stole your identity.
Whether that's been compromised or not, I think is how they word it. Whether you've been compromised.
So where were you compromised?
I don't even remember. But I remember it was
Your
a
bank?
lot. I hope not my bank. I don't think so.
There's a way to check if you remember your password. You just go to the website.
Well, sometimes okay, yeah, go ahead.
Well, where were we? We were saying something. Oh, why do I have 5 email addresses? I
Yes.
have joehaha@gmail.
That's your comedy email.
And that's my comedy email. But literally, I had 4 email addresses, and I said, I am starting a new email address.
Okay.
You know, like a celebrity will become famous, and they will go like,
I don't.
I am. Just listen
Okay.
for a freaking second. Not everything is about you. Listen, they become so famous. Taylor Swift, she becomes so famous that she has to change her cell phone number.
Oh yeah, okay. I know, yeah.
So I got to a point where I had 4 email addresses, and Dolce and Gabbana, Banana Republic,
What do you mean?
C's Chocolate Factory, they were all emailing the
yes.
4 emails. So
Yeah.
I said, okay, we're going to have one email address
For the
Joe Haha, and this is now the email address. And if you can't reach me through Joe Haha, you're in my past. And it was literally because I had 4 email addresses and I was tired of like the spam.
Right.
I'm not going to buy Dolce and Gabbana. I'm not.
Yeah, I wonder, like, is there a world where someone has an email that's like purely, like, does somebody have an email account where it's like only actual email, like only like person to person communication?
I work in email marketing. So let me tell you, the answer to that is no.
Like, isn't that insane that you just get flooded? constantly.
You were hitting on something I just thought about yesterday. Okay? Because I do email marketing for my job.
Okay.
Who said that email was going to be this important? Email.
I know.
Email.
Well, and now it's not the they say it's actually not the best form of marketing. I think we've talked about
push notifications. We know about that. And basically that's why everyone has an app, I think.
An app. Yep, that's it's better to get an app on the phone and get people to I like this sound.
It's good, right? Well, actually,
it
kind of makes me a little uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah, I'm fragile.
I think there's a comedic element to it where you go, I'm on my phone.
Well, I know somebody that types like that, but
no.
I can't say their name.
Really?
Yes.
Are they 90 years old?
Literally, I was almost. I was sitting somewhere and I heard.
That's too much.
And I was like, is this real?
Do you like to text?
Do I like to text?
Yeah.
No. I don't like texting.
What would be your preferred mode of communication?
Talking. Actually, no. This is my preferred mode of conversation.
Yeah.
I wear AirPods all the time. And I've thought about doing this. I wear AirPods all the time. And if I have the AirPods in, you do not talk to me.
Okay, so it's like a sock at the door.
But isn't that for sex?
Yeah. But I'm saying like...
Yeah, the same premise. All right.
Okay, so if you have the AirPods in, stay out. And if you have the AirPods out, I'm open to communication.
Yeah, because I sit in a queue. It's too much?
Well, I'm like, are you really that aware all the time of when you want to be talked to and not talked to?
Yes.
Really?
Like, I barely want to talk to you right now. I mean, how ironic that I have a show called Talk Show. But listen.
Okay.
What?
I'll say, what about over the ear? I think that's...
No, I'm not a freaking... Once again, I don't live in Echo Park and I'm not trying to
You're an asshole.
write a haiku
I feel like that sends
love.
a clear message, though.
The big earphones? The big earphones? Yeah. I almost thought about wearing a necklace that says "Do Not Disturb."
Like a
dog, really,
a dog
and you
tag.
flip it around, and it says "Open to conversation, but keep it light." Keep it light, because I say in the cubicle.
Well, now that's multiple. You only have two sides. You're either open to conversation or closed.
What do you mean?
Like, what do you open a conversation but keep it light, or no conversation at all? Those are your only two options.
Yeah, I don't really want to have a deep conversation with anyone.
Okay, so nowhere on the sign would it say.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, fine. It says you get a little asterisk. It has a little.
I think it should have a little.
I don't know.
A little. It says open for conversation, and then there's a little dial that goes.
A spinny?
Deep, yes. Yeah,
or maybe you go, it's a spin board, and you go, okay, fine, spin it. And the person has to go, and they spin it, and they see where it lands.
Medium.
And it always, the 90% of the circle is leave me the fuck alone. And if you land on the one spot, it goes, fine, I'll talk about the weather or whatever.
I like that.
Yeah.
We're coming up otherwise, it's do not disturb. Yeah.
I think it's the do not disturb mode on your phone. You use that a lot.
I do use that. Do you not use that?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, I love that, honestly.
All the time. I will tell you something. I'm in a relationship right now, and it's great.
So since we last
recorded,
we
switched. Over a year ago now?
Yeah, I think it's been a year.
Jesus.
We switched because I was in a relationship. I'm not in a relationship. You were not in a relationship. But now you're in a relationship. Yeah. Okay.
I get a lot of texts. He's
a texter.
He's a texter.
Okay.
And it's
does he ask
it's
you,
cool, but
does he ask you like, can you text more? Can you be more? Is there like that conversation?
Yeah, it's sort of like, where were you?
Where were you? Who were you with?
Then we very quickly had a, who were you with?
Where were you? Who were you with? What's his name?
Okay, let me ask you something. When you're in relationships, is there a joke about cheating?
No, what do you mean?
Every relationship I've ever been in as a homosexual out here,
Can I move this a little bit?
Go
like
ahead.
this?
There's always a conversation about cheating.
What do you mean? A real conversation?
I mean
or
a joke about cheating.
What do you mean though? Like
you were late. Were you sucking a dick?
Oh no, I don't. That sounds
Specific to me.
well. That sounds kind of like scary, like possessive or something. No, not possessive.
No,
but like,
no, I don't think that it's jealousy or anything like that. Anyways, we're going down an avenue that I'd really prefer not to, but I do get a lot of texts. And this morning I got like, you know what's the worst is
What?
group texts. They'll just kill you.
Group texts piss me off. Yeah.
I don't want to have a conversation with you. Why
With
do you
me?
want me to observe? No, like I'm saying, like I don't want the theoretical
Oh, right,
you.
right.
I don't want to have a conversation with you. Why do I want to watch you have a shitty conversation with five
With other people.
other people?
And I feel like
who are
people
in my
put on
family?
their persona. There's a group text persona too that they put on. That
Everyone's got a joke.
everyone's funny and everyone's.
And then if you didn't put
Out
a
of there.
ha-ha on it, oh, you don't think I'm funny? Like,
I'm out of there.
yeah.
I really am out of there.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to get. I told you I want to get rid of this thing. I want to get
You
rid
want to
of
get
it.
rid of your phone.
Yes, I wanted a phone that only had texts, and calls.
So flip phone?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a flip phone.
I would love that. No internet. How awesome would that be?
That would be bad.
Why? What do I need the goddamn internet for?
Haven't you ever like sat
Haven't
in
I
the
ever
waiting
gone,
room? Sat in the waiting room and they said, "Oh, you're gonna interview with Bob Schreiber," and you go, "Who the fuck is Bob Schreiber?" Well, thank God I have an encyclopedia in my pocket.
But like what?
or a roster.
What does that do? What does that do? Like okay, so now I know what that is. Who cares?
Now you know what is.
You know what's crazy? Trivia. People who know a lot of it's useless information. It's trivial.
Oh. You had that one in your pocket.
Why do you think it's called trivial? Because it's trivial. Who
So are
gives
you
a shit?
saying? Yeah. Well, this is my feeling about people that idolize Jeopardy.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Like it's like useless information.
Yeah. So you don't like trivia night, like down at your
No,
bar?
I actually do, and I actually am kind of good at it. I think. I know
You're
a lot
good
of,
at it?
I think I know a lot of like useless things. Yeah.
Like rattle off a fact that's gonna blow my mind.
Okay, the Secretary of State Secretary of Defense under Reagan.
This is bullshit. We're not doing improv. We're doing facts. Improv, you get to make stuff up, and you are a comedic improviser.
Yeah, I do like improv.
Yeah, me too.
Isn't it so much fun?
Yeah, and I was having a conversation with someone, and they said, "Were you ever good at it?"
Did that hurt?
And I didn't like that question. But my answer to you want to know what my answer was to that question?
What?
No. And the follow-up was, I don't know why I thought I was ever good at that.
Yeah. It's hard. It's a hard
Improv
thing.
is really hard.
It's really difficult. Yeah.
Because you're trying to be, I guess you're not trying to do anything if you're doing it right.
I think that's the key. I think the key is to not do anything.
Yeah.
And you know what I realize more and more is like the less you do and just like allow people to laugh at you, the better. As soon as we don't have to get into all of this. You're looking at me like, no,
Do you see like Apocalypse Now, helicopters in
don't
my
get into
eyes?
that. Do not get into that.
No, I mean it's
No, I actually don't want to get into it.
Okay, fine. You're back to the massage
I'm
gun.
back to the massage. I got tense just now because of the
The
conversation.
massage gun will think you will make the massage gun will make you think that you don't need a relationship. It really does.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, so do you like being in the relationship?
Do I like being in the relationship?
In a relationship? Because I remember you said you didn't. Or like not
that I wouldn't want to be in
like
a relationship.
A relationship, yeah.
I feel like that's something that a bitter person would say.
So okay, but you
Everyone
said that.
likes sex. Everyone likes companionship and a person to get fat with and just eat shit and let loose and fart and cuddle,
support
and bitch to and
yes.
whatever.
Talk about your day with.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that? Do you go, hey, how's your day?
Oh yeah, and it's always
all
bad.
right.
It's always bad.
I got in trouble at work.
Or we cause trouble. Or, yeah, we got someone in trouble.
And then, but that's nice, no?
Yeah. And I would say, like, when you're in a relationship, you are forced to be that person's like sounding booth.
Absolutely. And that could be too much sometimes.
Really oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could go really negative. Is
Right.
what I've found.
You got to be careful.
If I bitch to you and you're my friend, yeah, you're only gonna listen to it as long as you're there.
When I go home, I go,
Right, you close the door.
forget it
and
for cool.
you
I don't
watch the Desperate
it
Housewives or
slips
whatever.
off of me.
It falls right off of you.
Yes, but you're right. But when you're in a relationship,
That person has to listen.
and it's hard not to like sometimes carry the thing from the other person, or like, you know what I mean? Like to not like, because you care about them and there's love there, and so like sometimes you like carry it with you. Why are you what?
Yeah. No, I'm
Why are you
Do you think that you should be a person that would be giving relationship advice?
me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're such an asshole.
So
That was a loaded question.
all right. So okay. So
Do you
it's
think
been,
you're someone that should be doing that? Because all of your relationships have failed. So
Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about how you are no longer in a relationship? You prefer to keep it closeted.
yeah, not closeted, but
Secrets.
no, not a secret.
Okay.
Well, no, but I learned a lot. You learn a lot. Relationships make you learn a lot. It's like the most learning thing. And I'm reading a lot of books.
You read a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I've been reading a lot of books on conflict.
Because you broke up?
Yeah, well, not to get so much into this, but yeah, I think there's conflict, and all my relationships have had conflict, and so like I think I go, oh man, like what am I doing wrong? Like I have a pattern of this or whatever. So I think reading this book helped me be like, oh no, conflict is normal. And then there was even this statistic that is in the book that says that most conflict, about 70% of conflict or 60% of conflict, there's two different types of problems: solvable problems and unsolvable problems. So like it's called perpetual conflict. Like you keep having the same fight over and over again. And there's no solution to that because what's actually happening is two people are having differing dreams and points of views and goals, and you're just like meeting head to head. And so like for a long time I was like, that kept happening in all of my relationships. And so I was like, there's something wrong there. Like what? But it's actually a very normal thing. And there's ways to like talk about those things to make it feel not as like heavy or bad or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Sorry.
So no, I mean, it's interesting because I had this thought the other day.
Yeah.
For me, because now I'm 6 months into a relationship, you kind of need someone to give in.
To give in? Yeah.
When there is clashing, because I think that it's inevitable that like the energies of two people. I mean, that's like called being a human being. Like you're gonna like not be on the same page at some point. Like it's just gonna happen.
Right.
I don't care if you spend all the time I mean, the more time you spend together, the more that it's likely. So at some point, one person has to decide because what happens is when people disagree is that they get emotional. And so one of the people in that situation, and I mean, this is probably why people go to therapy. I don't know, but one of the people has to go, I don't want to keep disagreeing, so I am going to acquiesce, or I'm going to overlook like the things that I think they're wrong about. Because and your common goal has to be like, what's the common goal? Because I've been in relationships that are no longer, because the fighting became, and it's always about how you fight. Like the fighting became like the goal was lost. The goal is we want to be together, right?
Right.
And if that goal's not there, it's not. And so when you say perpetual problem, is that what you mean?
Yeah, well, I think what like the book was talking about was like, yeah, like it's like, man, we keep having the same fight over like money or whatever, right? Like, but at the end of the day, it's not that the problem is money necessarily. It's that like you both have different ideas about maybe money. Like we all grew up differently, and so like those things come to light, and it's like, or like dishes, like doing the dishes. Some people,
I'll fight about that.
Yeah, or there was even an example of like some people want to do the dishes after, like right after you eat, or some people want to like wait a little bit and then do the dishes. And it's like that's just how different people grew up, and maybe that feels comfortable, and it's more about like that than like what time we do the dishes or whatever. Right. But you're right though, that like you got to figure out like what am I willing to like, what do I actually like want to like fight for, I think is probably important.
But so when you say perpetual problem, are you saying that like the books are telling you that maybe you got to break up because you keep fighting about money?
No, not at all. It's actually the contrary. Like it means that you just need to have conversations about that. Like a lot of the times it's like you need to like say, I have this feeling about money because I grew up poor and I never had money. And so like, I'm really tight with money because of that. My mom was absent, blah, 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 blah. So like having that conversation, you actually learn more about your partner than like conflict can a lot of times be a bid for, it's like a bid for connection and a bid to like learn more about your partner rather than the opposite. Like, yeah.
And so people they clash and they go, well, fuck you.
That's reactions.
You keep spending money on ice cream. And they go,
yes.
And then they go, well, no, fuck you, because ice cream is happiness. And then they go, well, you're fat. And then you just want to fuck Shangela who from The Office. And then they break up. And then other people have to gossip about them for the rest of their lives. But then at the end of the day, you're saying it's a bid.
Well, but because they talk about like the 4 horsemen of fighting.
Oh, God.
Is defensiveness, like contempt for the other person, stonewalling, and something else. Criticism is another one.
And they're all on horses? You said horsemen.
Well, it's just like the 4 horsemen, like the 4 whatever. Okay. But like those are like the things that show up when you're not actually communicating. Like if I say, you did it just now where I was like, the ice cream. Well, you're always eating ice cream because blah, blah, blah. Criticism. Or like you left the can unopened. Yeah, well, I had a really hard day at work. Defensiveness.
Wait. Sorry. And sometimes I get too literal. You left the can unopened.
Or
so
whatever.
You left the can closed? But then also, what kind of can is it? Because
a can of Sprite.
The can,
or people
uses
like
a can opener. A can of Sprite.
A can of Sprite, and then they leave them on the counter.
This person in the theoretical,
I don't fucking know.
They want their can open. All right, let's move on. But go ahead.
But you get what I mean? Like if I tell you, Joe, if I was in a relationship with you,
aren't we? We basically are at this point.
And I was like, Joe, why did you take the long way? Or I don't know.
Driving.
Yeah, basically, you don't want to do those things in that. You're not being an effective communicator there when you're like criticizing your partner or being defensive or stonewalling. That's what I do. Is I shut down. I create like a fucking void of like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I laugh, but it's not. It's not fun for people.
So you
do the same thing.
Do you do the silent treatment?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I do. If I don't like you, I'll stop talking to you completely.
Yeah,
completely.
I do the same thing.
Because what I've noticed. What?
But it's a trick. But what I realized in the book too is that what's happening when that happens is that you're just being like flooded with emotion actually, and you don't know how to like process that.
Right. Oh,
so you need to take a break, is what they say.
A break from the relationship.
Just no, like if we get into a fight, you say something that like whatever, and I just like shut down. I need to like take a break, go for a walk or something. Smoke a cigarette. And like
scotch on the rocks or
not
whatever.
Think about the problem and just like tune out, breathe, whatever, and then come back and have the conversation. Because like, yeah, because you're not communicating at that point. Right. You and I are not talking.
Right. Interesting. So I do that. If I see red, you know the term seeing red?
Yeah.
I recently had it with some coworkers where I saw red.
Yeah.
Right. And to me, it's two options of what's going to happen next.
Okay.
I am either going to release everything that caused me to see red. And most of the time I see red because there's just been like infraction I'm basically like a meter maid inside of my head. And I'm like, you have 10,000 parking tickets and now you're going to fucking jail and you have a felony and I'm going to scream at you for an hour.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
All these tiny little infractions.
So you want to like go off.
I'm going to go off or
go off.
I will go off, have a strong coffee.
Get in a taxi and
get in a taxi and go to the airport. Get on a plane to Poland, fly, or I run away.
Or you run away, fight or flight.
Yeah.
Wait, but it's either or. You're gonna say you're gonna do both? I run away and I scream at you at the same time.
And by the way, you always had bad breath the whole time.
It's one or the other. Which one do you default to?
Oh, which one do I default to?
Yes. Do you run away?
I default to not screaming at people.
So you run away?
Yeah. Well, I just give them the silent treatment and I stop talking to them.
But do you ever give people the silent treatment?
Sorry.
And you want them to feel that?
Yes.
That's not good.
Well, that's very bad.
Yeah, that's like toxic.
Because you think like, oh, like, am I making them feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what do I need? Therapy or to read this book?
I haven't figured it out. So.
What is the theory of the book? Like you can get better or?
Well, the whole theory of the book, it's these guys named Gottman, whatever. They're a couple. And they're just saying that like conflict is actually not, every relationship has conflict. And it can, a lot of times if you fight correctly, you can actually lead to more deeper connection. Cause like a lot of the times, yeah, it's two people's like past and reactions and triggers like talking with each other, not necessarily like them fighting each other. It's like
right.
So yeah, it's like yeah.
So you can overcome it.
Absolutely. It's totally overcomable. And they say there's like a ratio of like I think it's like 5-1 or 20-1 in fights that if they've like analyzed thousands of couples like using data and all this shit, and they said that when people fight, if there's like a 20-1 or 5-1, 5 good interactions to 1 negative interaction, that's like where happy couples are. But if there's like if that tips, then couples have a higher rate
chance of
breaking up. Yeah.
So it's 5 bad interactions to 1 good interaction?
Yeah, and that like
is it 5 good to 1 bad?
5 good to 1 bad. Yeah. So
okay, that makes more sense.
You want to like
you're telling me I fight 23 hours out of the day and then 1 hour I have sex or something? I don't know.
No, like 5-1. Yeah, in conflict too though. Like I don't know. Like when you fight, is there like if you guys laugh or if there's like holding hand, like is there like or saying sorry, like that stuff is important too. That's not just like all negative fighting.
Right, we do hold hands even as we're fighting.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's a bit of like connection. Like that's like that's important. It's important in a fight to do that because it's basically like a bank of like good interactions and you can actually like tap into that apparently. I mean, this is all what the book says. I don't have any idea.
What's the book?
It's called Fight Right and it's on Amazon. You can
You were the ghostwriter or something?
I was at, well, yeah.
That's why you're promoting it.
I'm promoting the book.
You ever think to yourself like, okay, so how many relationships have you been in your life? Two main relationships.
Two like intimate ones, yeah.
I kind of feel like I bring all the problems of the last relationship. Not
You
bring
do.
them in, but now I'm ultra aware for like how we can go so wrong.
Yeah, right.
I see it. And that's what I'm saying. Like we do have little tiny blips of like a disagreement of like the person is either leaning into like to me like okay like he'll lean too much into a certain idea like me doing the podcast or me doing laundry or me working out more. I mean I'm making these up.
Okay.
But he leans into things and he gets hyper obsessed. And I
What do
told
you mean
him
leans into it? Like that you should do it, you should do it, you should do it?
And
Yeah.
so I keep saying that I will, but then it just becomes, but it's very quickly, at least right now, very quickly we reconcile. Like we just go like, oh sorry,
Well,
and then we quickly apologize.
Yeah, that's not good either though, because you're not actually like getting to the heart of the problem. Sometimes you can actually say sorry too quickly.
Really?
Yeah, and you're not actually addressing what
Don't tell my dad that. Jesus, he'll hold a grudge for a year.
Well, a lot of like people like conflict avoidant people too. They just go, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry too, and then you're done with it. But you guys never communicate. Like maybe like in this case, let's say, for him, it's like a wanting to support you, right? Like like I want to support you,
Excuse me.
and like this is my way of showing love, and like maybe you taking it. There might be fear of like abandonment, maybe, or like whatever. What I don't know, but it could be like when you don't listen to me, I actually get fearful. I get scared, and so I have to keep reminding you and blah 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 blah. But if you don't get into all of that, like, and you just say, "Oh yeah, sorry, you kind of bugged me," whatever.
Yeah.
You're not actually like getting to the heart of what.
Well, then what would be the heart of it?
That like figuring out like what is at stake here. Like I need space. I need autonomy when I want to do things because I want to do them on my own. Like for you, maybe that could be it. Like
Right.
because my parents did this and that and that and that. And if you communicate that to him, then you guys have a better understanding of each other. And hopefully going forward, it's like, oh yeah, Joe just. When I suggest to Joe, it's because
to do X, Y, or Z. Like
yeah, it's
advice is fine.
but I don't want to go overboard because that actually overloads him because it reminds him of his dad. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
Does that make sense or no? I mean,
does. It does. Sometimes I don't like the way he washes the dishes.
Which is how he doesn't wash the outside of the cup. He doesn't wash the outside of the cup.
He just washes the inside.
Yeah.
Actually, that's kind of how I wash cups.
Do you not wash the outside?
No.
You have to wash the outside.
For what? Your fingers?
You don't know what? Yeah, you don't know what got in there.
That got rinsed off. What
No,
needs
get
scrubbing
the
is
soap.
the inside. That touched the creams and coffees and
That's lazy.
syrups. This is how he washes dishes. He
Okay.
washes dishes like a real Latino. He rinses the dishes.
What do you mean?
Apparently dishwashing is 2 steps.
Okay.
He rinses the dishes?
So he just soaks them in water,
No, he doesn't soak them.
or he just puts water.
He rinses them.
Okay.
Puts them in a pile
Okay.
and then proceeds to the washing stage. But the other day, the sink broke very conveniently.
What do you mean the washing state? Like then he gets a
rag?
or
No, a sponge.
a sponge and does all that.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that though? That's fine.
That's not how you do it.
Why?
You just
See-
got to get in there and... People are so scared of the sponge.
But what if
people are
there's like
scared of
food?
getting
What
the
if there's like a
sponge.
plate and there's food on it?
Okay, remove the food with the sponge. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. The people are so scared that the sponge is gonna like. Is the sponge like an innocent child? Like, you're like worried about it, like exposing it to problems too early.
And this bugs you?
huh?
Does this bug you?
Yeah, absolutely. Because why do you
Because it
do it
takes
that
too much
way?
time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well,
actually,
yeah.
well, yeah. There we go. Why does it bug you?
You know what it actually does is give me PTSD of my father.
There you go.
My dad was.
Now we're getting into the heart of it.
And you said some people like the dishes washed right away.
Yes.
I'm totally that person.
You don't like to chill for a little bit and then...
The longer it sits there, the longer you're going to just let it become a mountain.
See, I'm the opposite.
You're going to have a colony of fruit flies before you know it.
I mean, that is true.
I mean, I've certainly left the dishes there, but you know what else? Oh, okay.
Now
Since
we're getting
we're in
into
therapy, I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
realized something.
Okay.
I have terrible standards for myself.
In what regards?
Like, I dropped a pita chip the other day
And you left
where
it.
you're sitting, and I kicked it under the couch, and then it got pulled back out for some reason, stepped on again, and then it turned into multiple crumbs, and I swept it back under.
Okay.
Right? And this is before he came over.
Okay.
But then he comes over, and it's, why the fuck is there a pita chip on the floor?
So there
And
was a pita
why
chip
the
on
fuck are the dishes not washed?
Interesting.
So, doctor, what do I what do I do? Like
I don't fucking know.
I have a double standard.
Wait. Oh, because you're saying like, but if you did that to him, would that bother you? Like if you went to his house and there was a chip on the ground, that would bother you?
No, it wouldn't bother me.
Does it bother you that he went, why the fuck is there a chip on the ground?
No, it bothers me because he's here and he's not cleaning it. Maybe I just want a cleaning boy at all times.
Well, there you go. Well, see, there you go. That's an interesting thing. That's interesting. Because in your eyes, you maybe go like the kind thing to do would be to like for him to pick up the chip and say, "Oh, I'll just throw it away."
Yeah.
So maybe like
Why couldn't he do that?
Well, because I don't know. I mean, for him, it's got to be. There's a reason why he's like looking at that and going
and avoiding it.
Well, no, he's kind of criticizing you, right? Because he's saying like,
"Oh wait, I'm lost." Then I thought
I'm
was
confused.
wanting.
Wait,
now we're all
did
confused.
the chip? Whose chip?
I dropped a chip. It's my chip.
Whose chip? Who fucking dropped the chip?
I think it was me.
Okay.
No, it was me. I have a bag of Stacy pita chips. Shout out.
But those are so good.
It feels like you're eating Formica.
You ever put
tile
bitchin' sauce on them?
Bitchin' sauce?
Oh my god, it's so good.
What's bitchin' sauce?
It's like I don't even know what. I think it's vegan. It's just like a bunch of nuts, but it's incredible. You gotta eat bitchin' sauce.
And it's bitchin'.
Sure.
But it sounds...
Wait, I want to go back to this.
Sure.
What you drop the chip, you put it under the rug, and then somehow it comes back out again.
Under the couch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or under the couch, and it comes back out again. He comes over and he goes, "Why is there a chip on the ground?"
No, I do.
He comes over and you say, "Why is there a chip on the ground?"
Yeah,
To
because
him?
I'm crazy. Yeah.
And what is he? What? Like you blame the chip on him or what?
This is a deep psychological problem with me.
This is bad.
And I don't even know if this is when I want this out there. I want things cleaned. I like things clean.
This is not good. I would seek medical help immediately.
No, I'm not lying to you.
I know you're not lying to me.
Okay, well, just hear me out. Just hear me out. The other day, I did all the dishes.
Okay.
Then he calls, "Oh, I'm coming over. Do you want to go out to eat or do you want to eat breakfast in?" I said, "Let's eat breakfast in to save money." Of course. What did that lead into?
This is like, God, so hard. Relationships are so fucking hard.
Did you forget the part where... Yeah, I know. I said, any of it worth it.
It's so fucking difficult.
It really, literally every night, we're just like... I tell him at 12 o'clock, start thinking about dinner now. We have 7 main food groups. In-N-Out, Taco Bell, McDonald's, Cane's Magical Chicken or whatever the fuck. And then Amici's Pizza Kitchen, which is amazing, by the way.
And it's so funny that's the thing. Like, that's like the life. Like, that's... A relationship is like figuring out where the fuck to eat.
Oh, yeah.
What about all the other shit?
And taking a bite of pizza. Yeah.
But it is nice.
Okay, but so I washed the dishes.
Okay.
He said, are we going to eat in or whatever? And I said, yeah, let's eat in. But then what do you forecast as the problem? What do you predict based on what I told you already?
You clean the dishes. He comes over. You guys use your dishes to eat in. And then what happens to the dishes afterwards?
Yep. And I go, I just cleaned the dishes.
But you realize that you made the choice of wanting to eat in here.
Mm-hmm.
And what you want him to clean? You want him to clean the dishes?
Yes.
Who cooked?
Me.
Then I think you should clean the dishes.
And I also supplied the foods.
Yeah.
The ingredients.
I think that's normal. Like if someone cooks for me, I clean the dishes.
Right.
Right? That's like a common courtesy.
I mean, yeah. You're making me think it's worse than it actually. I originally gave it. Now this is a serious. Maybe I should text him about this.
Wait, so he didn't clean the dishes after you guys ate?
No, he did not. Guess who cleaned those dishes?
You.
Me. Today.
Yeah. See, well, and you know what I'm hearing too is that now you have like a resentment about it.
Well, I'm talking about it.
Well, but that's not good. That's not good though. Is to like it's those are the little. I think those little things are like the bane. Like that's not good.
That's what gets you.
Well, yeah, because then next time you're talking about the lampshade that didn't get turned on. He got
that lampshade crooked.
But see, that's what I'm saying. All of that shit comes up.
And I said, we laid here, and I said, wow, do you see the lampshade? It was crooked.
I hate to say this, but
that it's me.
No, I just.
Well, this is a clear issue of like, you don't come into my space. This is the thing. It's like I want people to be able to read my mind, and if you can't read my mind,
that's hard.
Then
though.
you better have been polite about it.
Well, okay, see, but I think that's like, I think you should be clear about it. And honestly, like that, like, hey, by the way, I noticed that you didn't. I don't know. In the book, it says something about a soft startup.
A soft startup?
Yes.
Okay, what does that mean?
Instead of you going, you didn't clean the dishes, whatever, you say, I feel this way. I feel sad because the dishes weren't clean.
And what, you hold up a sock puppet and go, Elmo is sad. He hopes you wash the dishes.
I need you to do whatever.
Yeah.
You basically say how you feel because of what reason, and then the need that you need.
It is kind of awkward to say it.
I need you to appreciate me. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just, it could be as simple as like, I need you to say thank you, or I need you to whatever.
Do people talk like that?
I mean, I think healthy people probably do.
Because I go, bitch, why didn't you clean the dishes?
See that?
And then I slap him on the ass.
And then you wonder. And then you wonder.
Huh? And then I wonder what? Why I'm so alone? But when you were talking about the feelings, what if you had like one of those? Do you ever go to the doctor and they have a pain board? And
they do. In the book, they actually they say rip out this page and put it on the fridge. And they're like, yeah, it's corny, but it fucking helps. Be sure to
suggest this book to 12 of your friends and buy them copies.
I mean, I agree though. I agree. It's a little bit like God. But see, that's the thing. That's why it's exhausting. Otherwise, then yeah, you live fucking angry and shitty and fucking whatever.
Yeah.
So do you want to do the work or not?
Are you asking me? I
No, I'm just saying, like in the general world, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. The alternative is maybe let's just drink alcohol, get drunk and forget about all our problems.
Well, you don't drink, so we'll.
But I'm saying
have
like
12 matcha lattes or whatever the fuck you consider alcohol. I don't know.
I'm saying in general, that's why people drink. That's why people do, or like that's why drugs and get rid of all.
People let loose.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard being a human.
It really is. I have a canker sore in the back of my mouth right now.
Yeah, I've heard about it incessantly.
Evie and I just went to a wonderful panini shop called
Il Tramezzino.
That.
Get over there as fast as you can.
And I had a crunchy panini.
So good.
It's like a panini on a cracker. But I was telling him that it was hurting my issue in the back of my mouth because I have
cheek.
I bit my cheek and it just hurts like a bitch. Like it's just anytime I bite anything on my mouth. Yeah.
And then it doesn't go away for like weeks is the real problem.
I'm starting to think that maybe I have an issue.
You might have something with your jaw, like it's misaligned or something.
That's not what I was gonna say, but okay. I have TMJ. Did you hear that?
Lockjaw? I do. I have that too.
I don't hear it though.
Well,
I have wounds inside my mouth and they don't heal.
okay. Speak more on that.
Well, I mean, like, do I have something wrong with me, doctor?
I'm not a doctor.
Whoopsh. All right, that's today's episode. If you'd like to watch videos of today's conversation, be sure to go to our YouTube Talk Show Podcast, handle Talk Show Joe Evie. You can also watch clips on my Instagram, Joe Rodriguez Comedy 1. We'll see you next week.